Number 10. Hitori no Shita, the outcast. Zhang Chulan appears to be your average college student until he discovers his grandfather's mysterious past in the world of inhumans, people with supernatural abilities. Dragged into this hidden society against his will, Zhang possesses incredibly powerful techniques, but would rather live a normal, peaceful life. He constantly tries to avoid conflicts and responsibilities while dealing with various factions, trying to use his abilities for their own purposes. This one hits different, because Zhang Chulan literally embodies that "I didn't ask for this" energy we all feel sometimes. The dude inherits godlike powers from his grandfather, and his reaction is basically, "Can I please just go back to studying?" What makes this so relatable is watching him try to navigate supernatural politics while internally screaming about wanting a normal life. The animation style is unique too. It's got this really distinct Chinese donghua look that grows on you. Zhang's constant internal monologue about wanting to avoid trouble, while trouble literally hunts him down, is comedy gold. Number 9. Hakyu Hushinengji, Soul Hunter 2018. Tai Kubo is a powerful immortal tasked with sealing away evil spirits and corrupt rulers during ancient China's Shang dynasty. Despite having incredible magical abilities and being chosen for this world-saving mission, he's incredibly lazy and would much rather nap or fish than fulfill his destiny. His laid-back attitude contrasts sharply with the epic scope of his responsibilities as he reluctantly saves the world one yawn at a time. Okay, real talk. This 2018 adaptation didn't do the source material justice, but Tai Kubo as a character is still fascinating. Here's a guy who could probably level mountains, but treats world-saving like it's weekend chores he's been putting off. The disconnect between his cosmic responsibilities and his meh-whatever attitude creates this hilarious dynamic, where gods are basically begging him to care about saving humanity. It's like watching someone with a PhD work at McDonald's by choice. The original manga was way better, but even this flawed adaptation can't completely hide how entertaining this concept is when executed right. Number 8. Cheating Craft. In a world where academic success determines everything, students develop supernatural abilities to cheat on exams. Mume is naturally gifted at these cheating arts, but finds the whole system pointless and exhausting. While others desperately fight for higher scores using elaborate supernatural cheating methods, Mume approaches everything with complete indifference, often succeeding effortlessly while questioning why anyone cares about grades when the system is fundamentally broken. This anime is basically every student's fever dream about school being literally supernatural combat, but Mume treats it like he's stuck in detention. The premise is absolutely bonkers. Kids developing psychic powers just to cheat on tests, and our protagonist just shrugs at all of it. What's brilliant is how he represents that existential crisis we all had in school. Why am I even doing this? Except he can actually back up his apathy with ridiculous skills. Watching him casually demolish elaborate cheating schemes while internally questioning the entire educational system is weirdly therapeutic. It's short but memorably weird. Number 7. Spirit Pact. Yuugi dies and becomes a spirit, only to be contracted by Tanmoku Ki, a powerful exorcist. Despite being dead and having supernatural abilities, Yuugi maintains his unmotivated personality, treating his afterlife supernatural adventures with the same enthusiasm he had for regular life, which is to say, none whatsoever. He reluctantly helps solve supernatural mysteries while constantly complaining about his situation and wanting to just exist peacefully. Yuugi is probably the most relatable protagonist ever because even death doesn't fix his motivation problems. The guy literally dies, becomes a supernatural entity, gets paired with a hot exorcist, and his reaction is still, ugh, do I have to? It's refreshing to see someone who doesn't suddenly become passionate about saving the world just because the stakes got higher. The BL undertones are pretty obvious and the art style is gorgeous. But what really sells it is Yuugi's consistent, can we wrap this up, I'm tired energy throughout every supernatural crisis they encounter. Number 6. Gokudo-kun Manyuki. Gokudo is a selfish, greedy adventurer who accidentally becomes involved in world-threatening situations, despite having no heroic intentions whatsoever. He possesses incredible magical abilities and combat skills, but only uses them for personal gain or to get out of trouble he created himself. While others see him as a potential hero, Gokudo remains completely self-interested and treats epic quests like annoying side jobs that interfere with his schemes. Gokudo is that friend who's naturally good at everything, but refuses to try because effort is beneath him. This anime is pure chaos because you have this incredibly powerful protagonist who approaches every world-ending crisis with "what's in it for me" energy. He's not even anti-hero material. He's just completely self-centered and happens to be really good at magic. The comedy comes from watching everyone around him treat situations seriously, while he's calculating whether saving the world is worth the inconvenience. It's refreshingly honest about how most of us would probably handle having magical powers, very selfishly. Number 5. Xiangbing Lian, the Black Troop. Ji Xiaolun is an ordinary college student who discovers he has godlike powers as part of an alien genetic experiment. Despite being essentially immortal and having reality warping abilities, he approaches his role as Earth's defender with extreme reluctance and self-doubt. He constantly questions whether he wants these responsibilities, and often seems more interested in normal relationships and everyday concerns than his cosmic importance to humanity's survival. Ge Xiaolun represents every person who's ever felt overwhelmed by expectations. Here's someone with literally god-tier abilities who spends most of his time going, I don't know if I'm cut out for this superhero thing. It's Chinese animation, so the style takes some getting used to, but the character writing is surprisingly deep. What makes him compelling is that his boredom comes from existential dread rather than arrogance. He's not too cool to care. He's too anxious about the responsibility. Watching him reluctantly save the world while having imposter syndrome hits way too close to home for anyone who's ever doubted themselves. Number 4. Quanzhi Fashi, full-time magister. Mofan is reborn into a world where magic is the foundation of society. Despite having access to multiple rare magical elements and being incredibly talented, he maintains a surprisingly casual attitude toward his extraordinary abilities. While others struggle desperately to master even basic magic, Mofan treats his rapid advancement through magical ranks with an almost bored efficiency, focusing more on personal goals than the larger magical conflicts around him. Mofan is living every fantasy fan's dream, multiple rare magical affinities in a magic-based world, and he treats it like he's grinding levels in a video game he's already beaten. The animation quality is actually pretty solid for a Chinese production, and watching Mofan casually master magic that takes others decades to learn is oddly satisfying. He's got that been there, done that vibe, even though he's technically new to this world. His indifference to his own awesomeness makes other characters' reactions even funnier. It's like watching someone play a game on easy mode, while everyone else is struggling on nightmare difficulty. Number 3. Da Wang Rao Ming, spare me, great lord! Lu Shu gains a mysterious system that grants him incredible powers through collecting negative emotions from others. Despite becoming increasingly powerful and being thrust into dangerous supernatural situations, he maintains his sarcastic, unmotivated personality. He approaches life-threatening magical conflicts with the same energy he brings to household chores. Complete indifference mixed with mild annoyance at the inconvenience of having to deal with world-threatening problems when he'd rather be doing literally anything else. Lu Shu is basically that one friend who's amazing at everything, but acts like success is personally offensive to him. His power literally feeds off making people angry, and he's naturally gifted at being irritating. It's perfect synergy. What cracks me up is how he treats apocalyptic threats like minor inconveniences interrupting his day. The humor is genuinely funny too, not just translation awkwardness. He's got this perfect blend of being overpowered but emotionally underpowered, if that makes sense. Watching him accidentally save the world while complaining about having to miss dinner is the kind of energy I aspire to have in stressful situations. Number 2. Zettai Karen Children, the Unlimited, Hyoubu Kyousuke. Hyoubu Kyousuke is an incredibly powerful esper with psychic abilities that dwarf most others in his world. Having lived through decades of persecution and conflict, He's developed a profound sense of boredom and detachment from the ongoing struggles between e-spurs and normal humans. Despite his immense power and leadership position in Pandra, he approaches most situations with weary indifference, treating major conflicts like routine paperwork that occasionally requires his attention. Hyoubu is what happens when you give someone god-tier psychic powers and a lifetime of experience dealing with humanity's nonsense. He's not edgy or brooding, he's just genuinely tired of the same conflicts playing out over and over. The animation quality is solid, and his voice acting perfectly captures that "I've seen this episode before" energy. What's fascinating is how his boredom actually makes him more dangerous because he's not emotionally invested in outcomes. He'll casually reshape reality while mentally planning his grocery list. It's a mature take on the overpowered protagonist trope that actually explores the psychological cost of having too much power. Number 1. Hatenkou Yuugi, Dazzle. Razel is a powerful young woman with incredible magical abilities who gets kicked out of her home and forced to travel the world. Despite her immense talent and the dangerous situations she constantly finds herself in, she approaches everything with playful indifference and childlike whimsy. She treats life-threatening adventures like amusing games, showing more interest in satisfying her curiosity than in the serious implications of her magical powers or the conflicts surrounding her. Razel takes the crown because she's simultaneously the most powerful and most unbothered character on this entire list. She's got reality-bending magic and treats every dangerous situation like she's playing with toys. What makes her special isn't just her power level, it's how genuine her disinterest is. She's not trying to be cool or mysterious. She's literally just easily bored and treats world-changing events like mild entertainment. The art style is gorgeous, very shoujo influenced, which creates this interesting contrast with her casual attitude toward violence and destruction. Watching her solve problems with overpowered magic while internally debating what to have for lunch is peak entertainment. And there you have it, 10 protagonists who prove that being overpowered doesn't automatically equal caring about anything. Which bored OP character do you relate to most? Drop your favorites in the comments below. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this countdown, and subscribe for more anime content that celebrates our favorite unmotivated heroes.